What would be a good song for everybody right now? Give me a good song. Share it with me. Everybody, welcome. We're going to get started. We have people coming on. Excited to be here. This is our gospel music today. Listen to the words. They never take me alive, get me high with my 4-5. Got from the sun, it's time to die. I was a fool all through high school, getting up dust. Demon. All alone, don't let him make you worry. Keep swinging at these suckers till you're buried. I was born and raised. Hell, nigga, from the gutter. Until they kill me, I'll be living this life. I know you feel me. Everybody, welcome. This is AZD IMC Nation. So happy to be here. Okay, this is going to be till 12 o'clock, and I'm going to be having conversations about relationships, mindset, goals, dreams, passions, communication, education. Everything except politics is allowed. No children, please. And today, I'm here first to say that this book called the Holy Bible and the teachings in it have freed my soul. And I sit here as a man who lives as spirit in flesh, as the book says. And I also have my brothers here who have been training with me in the same camps, you could say. And they also testify that it's true. They observe that in myself and also them using this book, the Holy Bible, using Jesus as the way, and using Holy Spirit as the only spirit that should occupy your body. They're also seeing incredible changes in their lives for the better. And so let's get going, everybody. I'm excited to be here. Who do we got? Thank you, Cupid.
We got guys on. Nobody wants to speak.
That's okay. You should have seen the technique I gave Cupid last night, man. Talk about a game, deadly fucking gambit technique opener. It goes in everything, bro. It goes in like Cupid's arrow. You can't stop it. What? He can share it later to you guys. Yeah, not right now. It's so sick, bro.
Yesterday wasn't it?
No, but now you know. It's a revelation. I reveal the vision, and then it's coming. Don't push it.
Once I know when it's gonna be used, it'll hit.
Bro, it'll happen. And when you feel it happening, don't stop that finger from moving. That's where faith comes in for you.
Kept happening yesterday.
I bet.
I was just stretching. I'm like,
Look, bro.
I was naturally.
You walk up to the stage. Look, here's the dollars, right? Look. But you need to shower this. You get that? That's got to be like $40 for you to go here and then go. Nice. All right. Nobody wants to talk? Let's talk girls. Let's talk about women, what they like, how to make them attracted to you. That's fun. How to find a good man if you're a woman. Let's talk relationships. I'm good at it. What's up? Or we conversate here. Everybody saw Gio yesterday. If you were in what we were doing here, I don't know what it's called yet. I think it's ministries. You saw how he was yesterday. Let's put Gio on. Gio, how are you feeling today?
Excited? There's the greatest story ever told. It just keeps going. Doesn't end.
Give us how your mindset and state of beingness is right now.
My mindset and my state of beingness. Well, my mindset, it's I really can't put it into words. It's like it's no mindset, but at the same time, it's more like a calming, very peaceful feeling. It's just like that, when I go to the club, to the strip club, I'm not gonna worry what to say because it's just another person, another genuine person.
Nice, right? It's hard.
Yeah.
Can I have a charger, please?
And just speaking to that person from there, there's a bridge that builds much more faster than I used to do before, trying to figure out and having like other storylines on like Zodiacs and stuff like it's. Oh, there you go. I was coming from the wrong place because that's where I was starting from.
I can tell you why the Zodiac is evil now. I can tell you why you guys should never do astrology. It was something I could never understand. Thank you for bringing that up.
For sure.
Everybody listen. Something I could never understand. It's how I could kill a man. I never understood why in the Bible they would say that astrology is evil. I was like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my fucking life, right? What the hell? And then they would say like anything, tarot cards, astrology, palmistry, anything, numerology, and they say it's evil. And I was like, that's kind of like extreme, bro. I know it's evil. And I'm like, you know why they're saying that? That's what I would say before, is because they obviously want everyone to do this and not that, so they could, whatever the fuck, manipulate them or whatever. But astrology is evil. Okay? And then people say, but because again, I had all the arguments for it myself, right? Which is, yeah, but all throughout time, civilizations have used astrology to plan things, right? To plan their governments and their fights and their shit, right? And if they had used astrology for all these years to plan their lives, well, let's say they fucking failed because we're more advanced right now and the world is shit, right? So what the fuck is going on? Why is it evil? Well, it's evil because when you start looking at the stars like that, you miss that there's a creator. You stop your eyes at the pattern and what it does to your body, and suddenly it's like the artist or the singer that says, look at my beautiful painting, but not the gift that came to me to paint it, right? Like a real artist is not one who goes to school and learns how to draw. Octavio, did you learn in school?
No.
You just knew how to draw?
Yeah.
right? That man can do a mural on a wall that would look like a fucking, I don't know, a sticker. He never learned how to draw, right? Yeah. Now, since he never learned how to draw, when he draws and they say, how do you do it? He could say it's a gift from God. But if he went to 20 years of school, first of all, his drawing would be shit because he'd be worried about the lines and making sure he follows Rembrandt and fucking modern, and Picasso didn't have that. And, you know, and so no longer is he really drawing. And he would draw as inspiration, not as work. So that's what a gift is. And universities are there so that gifted people are not seen. Or gifted people go and now, hey, you have a great talent, Octavio. You should become an art major. No, you're already an art major. Okay? And you should never go study art. Right? So a gift from God is different. We see the kid who plays piano at 5 and is better than the music teacher. We have to go, how does he do that? What if you knew there was a God? Would you still ask that question? Because that would be the fucking obvious answer. Right? Now, you could find out all his numbers that he was born at the age of whatever, but that wouldn't be really accurate. Because then somebody else would have to somewhere. Right? So astrology would be great if you could admire God's work and the patterns that he's created, but not give a fuck any more than that. Right? To see the beauty and go, look, that's Orion's belt. Do you see it? That has this nebula, but you're speaking about God's creation, not about some stupid book that she now goes, so is that why I'm crazy? Hey, that's exactly why I'm crazy, bitch. You couldn't have said a more truer word. That is exactly why you're insane. Yeah. I'm crazy. Yeah, you are. You're looking at the fucking star trying to predict it off a newspaper. And you don't even know what you're going to eat tonight. So it's evil because it takes people's sight away. And they can't see anymore. They can only look at their fucking astrology.
Makes a lot of sense.
Right? Or now, you know, the bitch sits down last night, a couple nights ago, and she like looks in my hand and she goes, oh, your palm says blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what does it say? And she starts explaining it to me, right? I go, let me see your palm. So I held it next to mine. I said, so which one is the longer life? She says, you, me. I said, so you're going to die before me? I'm 47. How old are you going to be? Right? And she was like, well, it doesn't really mean that always. I said, okay, what's the next one? I said, which one is the love line? She goes, that's a heart line. I said, is that love or not? This is like a couple nights ago. And she was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I said, let me see yours. Right? I said, so what is it? She goes, well, I can love really deeply. I said, are you in a relationship? She's like, well, no, I'm like, well, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's evil. Why don't you drop it and go see if God's real first? Because if God is real, right, then you're going to have to be accountable for your actions. How's that? Right? You're going to have to say, you know, that was a shameful act I did. Why? Because there's an authority over you. And it ain't the fucking cops, and it ain't the fucking government, and it ain't the fucking mom and dad, because where's their authority? Right? Their life is shit. How are you going to fucking tell me about shit? Right? You're fucking evil right now. Fuck out of here. Let's start again. Right? And every child, all of you and me, every child grows up knowing God is real. And then is talked out of it by church or religion or a science book. All of us knew God was real. All of us. I guarantee you. I have memories and I know you do too. We all prayed to God. The moment they told us, we just had to hear these words, pray to God. We're like, all right, what are you doing? Praying to God, right? And then they taught us how to pray and what to pray for, right? And that you were a sinner. Yeah, because I came out of your fucking vagina. That's why I'm a sinner. I'm actually an innocent little boy, right? Who was born out of your evil shit. So go on, mother, tell me why I'm a sinner right now. Huh? Have you fucked anybody before dad, mom? Huh? Is dad the first person you fucked, mother? Is that right? Cállate, por favor, bitch. Work on yourself right now. All right? Work on yourself because I'm a kid working on me. I am. I'm a kid working on me. So let me do my work because right now God's guiding me. And when I make a mistake as a kid, I know right away because all my playmates are righteous. They'll just say it as it is. You look stupid. I don't want to wear this anymore. Why? Because that looks stupid. No, honey, that looks good. It's a polo shirt. I don't want my hair like that. My friends don't want to play. They don't have good parents. Right? Can I just see what the plan for me is real quick? Right? Anyways, all that shit is evil. School's the most evil. Let's see. We got some questions here. Sorry. Okay. All right. Any questions? Anything coming up? We can keep talking. We're here to talk. Now, there's a word I want you to look up right now and read to them, okay? There's a word we're going to start using because it's a beautiful biblical word that doesn't get used enough. Okay? And the word is to edify. You like that word? It's a nice word, right? Edify.
To instruct or improve.
Instruct or improve. A little bit further. Any more definitions?
Educate.
Uh-huh.
Enlighten.
Uh-huh.
To instruct and improve, especially moral and religious knowledge.
There. Say that again.
To instruct and improve, especially in moral and religious knowledge.
Right. And it's also done through conversation. That should be added. Right? So if I said, we're here every day for 2 hours to edify each other, I'm saying we're sitting here talking about morals and ethics, right and wrong in relation to life. So that's a very good 2 hours spent for any human being right now to keep it in the background even, right? So we get here to edify, right? To speak and understand for ourselves in our own observations what they taught us and what we saw. Okay, can we turn off the AC a little bit, please? All right, that's nice, right? And just knowing that word and knowing what we're doing, once again, makes it easier to do it, which means you're using incorrect words in your life, and that's why it's hard for you to do it. So for example, if you say, I'm his wife, or I'm her husband, right? You're not understanding the soul of the word wife, right? I mean, man, if you could have a wife, talk about a gift, right? She comes all packaged in white and shit. You get to undress her later, right? She's supposed to cover her face. She's supposed to cover her face that no man is supposed to see her. The first man that sees her is supposed to be this. You get that? Isn't that beautiful?
Interesting. Never thought of it like that.
Well, I can tell you the whole thing and how it makes sense, good and evil, because they can take every word. Look, good and evil are a battle in the spiritual realm, everybody. And you are the receiver of that spiritual battle that's happening around you all day long. Okay? If you're feeling down or sad or upset, you're being defeated in the spiritual realm by darkness. Something has gripped your thoughts or emotions, and it's taken your soul away from present time in your life and all the grace that's around you. There's a lot going on around you, okay? So if you knew, and what I'm telling you is directly from this. This is a spiritual battle epic book. It tells you the spiritual battle that you and I are engaged in. You should read it as such and nothing else going on. You understand that? At least if you want to get the understanding that I'm getting. This is the book to tell you and I, as we're living in this world of senses, what's really going on in another world, right? That there is an above kingdom, as above, so below, right? That there is a below kingdom too, that there are angels. You've been seeing them your whole life. There are bad spirits. You've caught them from the corner of your eye with the black thing. You've had nightmares that were not nightmares. They told you it was called sleep paralysis. Do we all break that down, the word paralysis, and see what a evil monster it is when you put that on a human being? No human being should ever have the word paralysis used on him as a label, right? Do you know what it does when you say it? Think about it for a second without subjecting your soul to the damn thing. If you saw it as a curse, the word paralysis, listen to it, right? So to say, oh, it's called sleep paralysis creates, first of all, a whole other thing that you should not use the word paralysis with your body at any point, okay? Secondly, bless you. Yeah. Secondly, when the real thing is happening and you tell somebody else, they'll say, that's just sleep paralysis. And you might want to tell them, I had a dark hand gripping my throat. But now they said it's sleep paralysis. And you're like, oh, well, I mean, it seems so real. Yeah, that's what happens. See, when you sleep, your body, and I can explain it scientifically exactly what it is, right? Okay, so if it's that, now what's the solution for that? If it's sleep paralysis, right? Where's the penicillin that I put in my fucking body so I don't sleep paralysis tonight, right? And if it's sleep paralysis, then why is it that if I handle the darkness in my soul, I still being sleep paralysis? Why does it stop happening? Why does it happen during the times when I'm guilt-ridden or whatever? Oh, because you're stressed out. So what's stress? What's this umbrella word called stress? It kills, it's bad for you. You want to calm it down, you want to control it. What does it look like as a word? Because I'm going to tell you something about this word. It doesn't have a soul. What's a stress? What stresses you doesn't stress me out. Okay? What's stress? But stress kills, they say. So watch out. Don't stress too much. Right? Oh, I'm just so stressed out. What the fuck does that word even mean?
Hardship, adversity, constraining or compelling force or pressure.
There we go. Now let's start again. Let's start the first one. What's that first one?
Hardship.
Hardship, right? Hardship. I'm not stressed. I'm going through a hardship. The next question will be, what hardship are you going through? And well, and then it would be more specific. What's another word? But watch, that's not even a good one. A hardship, okay?
Adversity.
Adversity. I'm going through adversity. Challenges. What challenge? Instead of I'm stressed out, right? What's the next one?
Constraining or compelling force or pressure.
That's the one. I'm under some constraining force that's not allowing me to speak or move. So I'm stressed. I don't know what to say about this or do. Or I'm stressed because there's something's compelling me to move. I have to go do this. Otherwise, I'm stressed out. Now, instead of saying I'm stressed out, the person says, I feel constrained and held. Oh, we could do something with that. Where are you feeling that? What does it look like? What was the thought that made that happen? Who's it connected to? Well. But if you're stressed out, I don't know what's going on with you. Life is stressful is not true. Okay? Anyways, only a fool stresses, but not a good fool, a bad fool. Let's see. Anything else? What else we got? Great dialogues.
Wow. Yeah, that word's full of bullshit. That's really cool.
Right? That's my job to give the true word here. That's why we need to speak, and that's why this man never stopped speaking ever. Do you know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night? Do you know I used to be jealous of Rumi growing up? Because I knew Rumi was always reciting a poem like my grandpa. But I also knew Rumi had no care for the world, and he had found some kind of love in God, right? Do you know that is my 24 hours a day when I wake up in the middle of the night many times? The voices in the head, you know how people have bad voices in the head? Yeah. Mine is doing scripture and parables all the time. Last night in the middle of the night, I decided to take a shit. Go figure why. My system is purifying. So I take so many shits in the middle of the night. I'm like, what is this? How am I shitting? I haven't eaten, right? So as I'm shitting, I'm also now aware much more when my body's asleep. In fact, I can and I do relax my body in present time around people so much that I bet if you put electrodes in me, it would be, my body would register very close to sleep, like TM, right? It would be like saying I go in TM. So when I go in prayer, I did it in the strip club, I've done it in the car, I've done it here. My body can go into such a deep relaxation that quickly recovers energy. And that's how I do it all day, right? Why am I telling you that? Oh, because last night, as I'm shitting for the first time, I'm capable of keeping the body very close to sleep while it's doing its activity, right? So while it's in that state, I'm getting to hear everything that's happening in my head very clearly. And I'm like, oh my goodness, right? And it's constant. That's why if I speak, it's going to be scripture, right? And I tell you, if I ever wanted OCD, it was that. I wanted to have that, right? Mm-hmm.
That's that's a lot of scripture.
But it as it plays, it continues to heal. So something happens and a parable comes up in my mind, or I see a word and I can see it's evil, right? And so as I read paralysis, then I know what that demon would look like when Jesus was going around. There was paralysis, right? That's a thing in the body.
Yeah.
A sore throat is a thing in your throat, right? All illnesses have their spiritual counterpart, as above, so below. Medicine has not healed anybody yet, but people were being healed. The word, do you know it's against the law? Someone can look up the law if you think I'm lying. You know it's against the law for a practitioner of medicine in the United States to claim that he healed anybody. Against the law, punishable by law, that no physician of a medical doctor degree can actually ever say, I healed or I can heal. See if you can find that. And that would be really crazy, right? If that was true, that it was against the law for them to say that, there's a lot of holes in that we can go why this way and that way. And for that reason, if you don't practice medicine and you don't have a degree and you heal people, they're going to come after you. You see that? Because if you practice medicine, it's against the law to heal. If any time you heal, if you claim you heal anybody, it's against the law. Thank you. Did you know that? He knows that.
Yeah, because I couldn't say healing without.
You're not allowed on earth right now, at least where we are, to say I can heal someone.
The hell?
Isn't that amazing? So I don't heal anyone. But listen,
Professionally,
I
you
can
can
tell you Christ does. I ain't healing nobody. I can tell you this book does, but you're going to have to go through it. I am not doing anything, but I am being healed and I can testify. And so can he. See how it goes? But what is it like to live in a world that to say you healed someone, even if it's true, they can't go claiming it. Wow. So there's healing. Yeah. There's a lot of healing happening, but you cannot hear it. Cancers are being cured. Everything is being cured by someone somewhere. Okay? But if you hear about it, because if they say it, they'll be arrested.
Yeah, that tells you the nature of the medical industry.
They're not really trying to help people then.
Yeah, you should do some research and see if it's true for yourself, right? If anybody found it or can find the opposite, let me know, right? That would be insane for me to study all that medicine to help heal people, then take an oath that says I can never heal people. I have to take an oath that says that, right? That I would study law and my oath would keep me what? Keep me obedient to the law over innocence. So I know this person is innocent for 100% fact, but I lost the case. Right? But I know they're innocent. Like, I know they're innocent. I was there with them, let's say, but I lost the case. It's not an innocent person is going to go to jail and I know about it. Right? Would it be true to say there's probably innocent people in jail right now who didn't commit the crimes? Do you know that they're around people who did commit the crimes? Can you imagine what you would feel like in a place like that if you were innocent? That's real evil, guys. We're so fortunate and blessed to be here. And should we ever be there, we'll be fortunate and blessed to know that.
Sure.
Know that too. And that's the power of being who we are. However, that condition exists, right? And we can go through all the conditions and you'll see, okay, so this is pretty fucked up, right? So maybe even just for the sake of an experiment for Earth, we should for one day act as if God was real. Even an hour today, right? If God was real to you and everything you did was going to be judged for the next hour, or how long can you go on this experiment, right? Before you realize how much better it is to do that. That is a language pattern, by the way. It's called a double bind, and you can't escape that language, but it's used for light. The statement I just made, everyone who heard it had no defense in their mind against it, just so you know, and I know it. But I am definitely not sorry for saying that, because those words are used against you all the time on TV and marketing and shit like that to double bind your soul. Okay? How long can you do the experiment? A minute? 2 minutes? How long will you be able to go until you realize that it's way better to live like that? I don't know if it's going to happen now or later. I don't know if it happened the moment I said it. It may happen in your sleep. It may happen later today. You may see something. You may hear something. You'll have a revelation maybe. And at that moment you realize, you know what? There is good. There's bad. There's evil. There's God. There's demons and devils and darkness. And no sickness anywhere ever did not have a spiritual cause somewhere. It doesn't make sense because spirit creates this world. Material doesn't create itself. Go ahead. Go for it. Let's see how long this book and this table are going to interact with each other before they have a baby or come up with an idea how to move.
Bang each other, make it direct.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's a cell. Look at that fucking cell. It became two. It knows how to move and food. That's amazing. Let's do that again. There's another cell. Who's banging that fucking book, though, to make cells? Right? Who made those particles crash? Well, you know, we're going to get a bigger telescope. They say the universe is expanding at a rate of some ridiculous shit, right? And they're still trying to find the end of it. If you did the math of that equation, they say every second the universe is expanding like some whatever gargantuous fucking number that's, right? Every second they say it's doing that. And they're still looking. Like, how far can you go if it's expanding that fast, right? You're going to catch this fucking thing? Or are you lying all through the whole thing? What if the whole thing is a lie? What if the whole thing is a lie? That would be cool if it was. All right, anybody here? Someone texted me, my throat feels like it's closed. I said, that's good. It's healing. Get rid of the darkness. She goes, that or I'm just sick. I'll go, yeah, sickness is evil. Your throat is closing. Who's closing it?
Yeah, next guy on is Liam.
Liam, looking more buff. What's up?
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. I'm a little bit sick. I've got a little bit of a cold and a sore throat.
That's a positive thing when you're going through this. Good job.
Yeah, because I heard... Go on.
Well, you know, like, let's say you're going to fast, right? Your body's going to go through shit. So right now, you guys that are, you know, going through this with me, you're spiritual fasting. right? So you're gonna have all kinds of little shit come up here and there, and it won't be a problem. Like a couple of days ago, the bottom of my feet were hurting so bad I couldn't even fucking walk. I got up in the morning and I couldn't put my feet down right here, right? And I was like, how am I gonna fucking walk here? I was like, I'll just get a ride. Nah, fuck it. Put on my shoes, walked here, was fine. Every time I would walk here was fine, but every time I was in my fucking house, I couldn't put my foot down, right? And then suddenly it's completely gone. Completely gone. But I'm gonna tell you something. My girlfriends would tell you, I've always had a problem with my feet being massaged, right? When they would touch it, it would be like, fuck, right? And so, you know, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, it's different, right? So you're gonna have to heal your whole body. You fucked it up so much. Imagine all the shit we've done to our body, right? Dang, abuse that bitch, huh?
Physical exertion was like destroying the
It was
body.
totally, we worked out and we destroyed ourselves. We did martial arts. We did yoga and we destroyed ourselves. We breathed and we destroyed ourselves. Because nobody knew how to do it right. You know what I mean? I just need to see it once. That's what I always said, right? Remember? I was like, I just need to see one person do it. Suddenly, it came to me that maybe Jesus did it, right? I always said, just show me one person who could do it, and now I can do it. And then suddenly I realized maybe Jesus did it. So let me see if I can do it. And it was easy. Painful, but easy. Like the technique was so easy, right? The technique was like hold horse stance. Anybody can hold horse stance, right? Yeah, for 2 hours. Oh, shit. It's still easy horse stance, but your legs are going to fall off, break. You're going to be sore. You won't be able to make it. Well, motherfucker, hold it for 2 hours, horse stance. It's that simple. Make it important. Don't do nothing else. Come back when you can hold 2 hours of horse stance. Horse stance. So then, after about 20 minutes of horse stance, not shaking, I go back to the teacher and I say, I held it for 20 minutes. He says, 2 hours, go back. And then I'm like, okay, I can do maybe 30, 40. And I keep going. One day I get up and I'm about to go into the horse stance, getting ready, but I'm different. And the teacher walks up and says, what are you doing? I go, I'm doing horse stance. He goes, why? I said, so I can stand in it. He goes, your legs are made of horse legs now. Look, you did horse stance just so you could have these feet. Now run, motherfucker. Get it? There's no time on it. It's a simple way of being. And you just keep doing it. And then suddenly you're changed. You're just changed. And when you're changed, you don't got to do anything anymore. That's a trap. Right? So like Christians don't realize Jesus came, gave his life, and everybody's saved already, but they're acting like they're not saved. Right? They're supposed to act righteous right away. Otherwise, they immediately make a deal with the dark side again. Okay? All right, Liam, go on. Thank you, Hugh.
Yeah, I think over the weekend when we last had that talk, for a couple of days, there was loads of tension and stuff and thoughts and feelings going on. Just I find myself looping back to it every so often. And I think that's actually contributed to the cold and the sickness. So yeah.
How do you look great to us. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. I mean, besides the cold, but it's like whenever you have things like that, I just know that as it gets late in the day or first thing in the morning, it's a little bit more severe.
Yeah.
And then it just
But you see how having that cold is so minor to the way you feel? Are you noticing that?
Yeah. Like in the past, it would just be like bedtime or cancel a few calls or whatever. Like it's not going to be very good. But today it's just no time for it.
That's amazing, bro. Did you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, but you look great. You're just, your body's sick. So what I was going to tell you is I said this in the beginning. You're now beginning to live as spirit in flesh versus flesh. Your body's sick, but like, all right, you're bright. Okay? Right. Okay. So everybody listen. Right before this, one of the guys in here, he came in. I'm like, well, what's up with you? Why you look beat up? Right? And he's like, he's super, super bright normally. I go, why are you beat up? And he's like, blah, blah. He goes, well, I got high this morning. All right. whatever, right? What's going on? And then I said to him, I said, man, you look like you got your ass kicked, right? Because he's sitting here like, but he can't, it says countenance down, right? That was exactly what was happening, like countenance down, right? But yet, we're engaged in this beautiful spiritual story and spiritual battle, and I can't be down. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh, I did drugs. I'm like, look, bro, I told you before, right? That drug kicks your ass, right? Okay, so we had that conversation. Then he had a question about something. It was in the same conversation, right? And there was a confusion, right? That was cleared up for him. Suddenly, you know how that fucked up look he got his ass kicked, right? Suddenly he was like, bing. Now, ready? This was within like 5 to 10 minutes of being beat up to looking bright. And I said, look now. And he said, yeah, I can feel the effects of the drugs are now leaving, right? And that tells you guys that drugs going in are latching on to certain things. Like maybe the check this out, okay? Because I think this is what it is. See if this is right. A confusion was caused, right? And that confusion causes an anxiety. So now weed for this person is to calm that down. Ready? Okay, now I'm less aware, but the confusion is still there. And I'm trying to figure out the confusion, but I'm a little bit less. Okay, so basically what happened now is the confusion and the weed fused inside. And the person, now, ready? The confusion clears up. The weed is still there. The weed didn't leave his system, but it's not stuck to something dark. Now, if you've ever heard people talk about doing like major hallucinogenics like DMT or mushrooms or ayahuasca, they say sometimes it's really bad. And when you do it, because I did a really strong one time, and the guy wanted me to like not eat and fast, and I was like, fuck you, man, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, right? So he was sending me all these videos for a whole month. And I'm like, just, yeah, great. What I'm thinking is, I don't want to be influenced by this, and I want to do this 5-MeO DMT, right? So I show up to his house, right? And we're about to start. It's like a real serious thing, man. I've never done any sort of hallucinogenic in my life, okay? It's my first time ever. This body is about to put some fucking thing in to make the brain go, right? And I wanted to do DMT because I had heard that's going to get me to the fucking reptiles and the goddamn fucking pyramids, right? So I'm ready to go. So check this out. This drug is called 5-MeO DMT. So it has DMT, but it's 5-MeO, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know, right? So I think it's DMT. So I show up and the dude's like all fucking kind of spooky, stressed out, kind of. I'm like, all right. He's like, ready? I'm like, ready. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I text the girlfriends, if you don't hear from me in like 4 or 5 hours, come get me. Should be done in a couple, right? So then I sit down and he goes, okay, you ready? I'm like, yeah, he's got everything. He goes, do you remember the videos that I sent you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I'm like, well, I didn't actually watch him. His face. He's like, what do you mean? I go, I didn't watch him. He goes, why? I go, because I didn't want to be influenced, bro. He's like, you had to watch him. He goes, do you know what you're taking? And I'm like freaked out. I'm like, it'll be all right, dude. And he's like, man, you didn't watch any of it? He's like, no. And he's like, all right. So anyways, what's beautiful is I didn't have that much evil in me, right? Man, it would have been bad. So drugs, we saw the effect. They don't have to affect you the way they do other people, right? You should be able to take a drink without that ghoul latching on to a hatred or jealousy in you or an insecurity in you, right? You should have a drink because you want to have a drink. And then you'll see you drink much less when you do that because you're enjoying the drink. You get it? Instead of trying to get an effect, there's a difference. We're supposed to be enjoying food, but we're not enjoying food. We're getting an effect of food. You get what I'm saying? Okay, let me give you an example. We're supposed to enjoy sex, but we're getting an effect out of sex. He loves me, she loves me, he's beautiful. That's not enjoying sex. That's having sex and looking to see if the effect was created. You see that? Everybody's doing things to see that ending, and they're missing that the steps are every step an ending, every step an ending, every step an ending. So you have to take a righteous step every step to get to the righteous end. But if you have a righteous end and you take the wrong step, then I don't give a fuck how much money you gave to the homeless people, right? You took a wrong step there. You can't take a wrong step. So you look great, right? This is what it's like to live as spirit in flesh. Soon, time won't matter. Food won't matter. Ready? Relationships won't matter. It's like, well, how can you ever? No, then you have real relationships, right? Because you're not using the relationships to make yourself greater. You're relating to people like I do, talking about the glory of life. We don't have any other conversations, right? And even if I'm talking about some miracle that happened in my life, it ends with, it doesn't even, it goes the whole way like, isn't that amazing? Right? It's never like anything else, right? And so conversations like this are always uplifting. Okay? Then you could have everything in life you always wanted to have. I have everything I wanted to have, and I'm getting things that I never even thought I could have. I couldn't even imagine I could have those things. But then when I get them, I'm like, man, that's exactly what I always wanted. Right? So good job, Liam. Keep sitting in the light. Okay?
Thank you, man.
Siéntense, por favor, en la luna. Luz. Okay?
I hear you.
All right. Next. You look great, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Isn't it great, man? Man, healing is taking place, but I ain't healing nobody. Right? And we don't give a fuck if anybody knows. Right? We don't give a fuck who knows, who doesn't know. We're doing our shit. Okay? We're going to keep healing. What you got? Jaime, what's going on with you, man? This is your night. Are you coming out tonight?
Yeah.
All right. You sit next to me tonight. Dancing. You have been, but not tonight. I'm going to talk to you. All right.
I've been what you said earlier about like the doing the drug and it holds on to it affects like some sort of like
It latches on. That's better when you see that. It latches on. So you have to unlatch it somehow by using the right sentences. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I can see that when I was drinking alcohol, like a couple months ago during the party, like
You realize you're losing weight? You look thinner today or no?
I feel lighter. I'd say that.
You look thinner, bro. But don't get on the scale at all, ever. No, nobody ever get on a scale unless you're competing in martial arts at that moment. If you didn't make weight, sorry. Right? You just walk up. If you didn't make weight, they're like, man, you're a loser. You didn't make weight. You say, yeah, that's cool. And then walk off. If you made weight, you just turn to your opponent and say, how's your diet been? You been working hard? I haven't changed one thing. Right? That's a real fighter. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it just latches to, let's say, just trying to get an effect. And that's what I realized. I had that realization as we were talking about that with the alcohol. I was like, I'm seeking for that, whatever feeling that is. Like it could be bravery or getting rid of that insecurity.
Fake courage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a name for it. Liquid courage. Oh, nice one.
Yesterday I drinked it, but I didn't feel like I was seeking for it. I was enjoying the drink and I was aware of it.
Nice. On time.
Yeah, and even though I wasn't on set, I had a good experience observing.
You had a good night of watching.
Yeah. I was just observing, let's say, like the dancers or even like Gio on set, all the brothers on set.
AZD last night.
Man, he were killing it. I saw that. Man, like AZD's on.
They only knew what's possible, right?
Yeah.
Man, when I'm out with women, I walk on water, heal the sick, raise the dead. There's just no denying it. There's no denying it. This is where I can show the miracles of God every day and defeat every man forever, because that's my role. You get it? That's my role. And the prophet of this is me, right? We're supposed to come here and pick up women. We're here to pick you up, ladies. All right? Get dressed up. Huh? Get cute. Get cute every time we're around. All right? Hamper up. Because we want to go on a fucking date with a girl. They destroyed dates. Everything became about sex. These poor fucking kids can't even get to fucking know another. Right? Imagine right now being a 12-year-old boy with the pressure of all your friends are getting blowjobs and you're not. That's happening in schools. They're doing it in their bathrooms now. Right? Well, you know, I'm not getting any girls and I'm kind of nerdy, and that guy who's gay is being nice to me. Maybe I'm gay. Dang. Maybe I'm a furry. I've always liked cats. Right? Anyways. Jaime.
Yeah, and like you said, even like the sex part is like, okay, why am I texting this girl? Like, what's the intention behind sex? Like, just be
Eventually, hey, you know I'm texting you right now at this time because I want some sex. And if she laughs, then you guys have a good relationship. And she doesn't go away and you just have a great conversation. I would like to be able to say that to a girl without it freaking her out. Because I wouldn't want it at that moment anyways, the moment I say it sounds stupid. Right?
yeah.
If you tell it, you would start to feel dumb. You're like, oh, that's kind of weird, huh? Actually, no, just let's go get some food. Right? Because that's natural. Right? It's natural. It's natural is so nice, everybody. But to become natural, you're going to have to go through the unnaturalness that you've created. And that's going to hurt. There's not rainbows here. It's rainbows at the end. Right? It's the pot of gold at the end. But don't follow the leprechaun, the evil spirit. Leprechaun's evil spirit. Listen to it. A leprechaun. A leper that's a con. Right? It's in the word. What's a leper and what's a con? Leprechaun. Right? And he takes you the pot of gold, money, at the end of the rainbow. The rainbow is reserved for Christ, not for faggots. He comes down on the rainbow, the ark, the 7 angels, the 7 lights, okay? Your 7 chakras, the 7 notes. The number 7 is a holy number. 666 is the number of the beast. 777 is the number of the spirit. If you want to do numbers, there's your numerology, right? 7, 7, heaven, they go together. Is it 6 or is it sex? Is it sex, sex, sex for the beast? Or is it hex, hex, hex of the beast? Isn't that cool? I'm going to go get a giant 666 tattooed on my forehead like this. That's next. And people will still have me teach their children and won't see it, right? I'll walk into a place and girls will be like, I love your 666 tattoo, right? Isn't that crazy? It don't matter what I put on me.
Hexagon is 6.
The hexagon is 6. There you go. Now we're getting it. Hex, sex. The number 6, careful when it shows up because it's also a 9 upside down. It's so fucking sneaky.
Wait, a 9 is bad too?
Well, look, take any number and turn it upside down. What happens to it? It loses everything with no meaning. But a 6, 9, right?
8.
An 8.
8 upside down. What does it create though? Infinity.
Yeah.
Right? So you could see it. I mean, this is fun. This is like me having the gift of the word and being like, you want to see magic tricks about it? But none of that matters when you know God, right? But then you can see the symbolism and how it's used against society. Then you're like, ooh, you thought that was a fucking accident? It was called a leprechaun? That's cool. Lucky Charms are evil. You should never wear a charm because it's not a charm, it's a harm. You get it? You're wearing a harm. In order for me to use this rabbit's foot to get good luck, I have to call in another spirit that activates the rabbit's foot. Don't use dream catchers. Girls, take out your dream catchers as soon as you can. As soon as you can. The spirit of the dream catcher It's not what you think. It's a dream catcher. It brings them in, actually. All right. Go to a hotel. Without your permission, have a big dream catcher on top of your bed. And you're going to be like, wow, that's cool. That's good for me. But you're going to be creeped out. If somebody else put a dream catcher around you, it'll be weird. You get that? Don't use anything like that. So what about symbols like this? Well, a man of God should be able to, if he's a minister, and that's what we are, make any object holy by touching it. Otherwise, what is that? Right? He doesn't go grab holy water from somebody's asshole or somewhere. It's regular water that he blesses. So that means when your speech becomes a blessing always, which mine is, then that's what you do. You're blessing everybody. You don't have to say bless you, right? You can say fuck you, and it'll be a bless you, right? Because he wouldn't take it as a fuck you if I said that, right? He goes, that's you. I go, fuck you. He'd be like, thank you, welcome, right? But if I said, I'm talking, and he says, I go, bless you. Like, why are you interrupting, right? Bless you. It's not the word, it's the soul of the word, okay? And the soul is created in the heart. The soul of the word is created in your heart, right? And it comes out of your mouth. And no matter how much you twist your tongue, one who has this sight can see it. So now what I can do, you can do and even greater things, but it's not going to be the same ability. That's why you have a fingerprint and I have a fingerprint. You have a gift from the Father if you're here. All men and all women around me, every one of you, whoever you are, if you've never seen me, otherwise you wouldn't be here. I promise you that you are children of God. My job here is to release your contract with the words you've made and the actions you've taken to continue to put those contracts in effect. You understand? You can't have two contracts here. It's either going to be with the devil as one giant entity of darkness with everything in it, or the contract is going to be with God as one giant Lord of all lords of everything under it. One is going to hurt you. One is going to heal you, and there's no other way. One will be in miracles and instantaneous. The other one will require time for it to happen. It's not a miracle when the drug makes the cancer go in remission. It's a miracle when the person has a vision and there's no more cancer. And they say, this sometimes happens. Well, since this that happens sometimes seems to cure it, why don't you quit your stupidity and put all your money and find out the thing that cures what it is? Now, the first thing you're gonna have to do is interview that person and see what happened. And if they said to you, suddenly there was a light and I felt clean, then you should put all your research into that. We get it? But since you can't heal anybody because it's against the law, I understand what you're doing, no problem, right? Jesus said it. You better resolve your disputes before you're given to the authorities and the judge because you don't want to be in their hands, right? He says that in the New Testament, in a Sermon on the Mount. When he talks about anger, right? At some point, he says, if you have a dispute with somebody else, resolve it right away. And don't let it get into the hands of the authorities, because then you're in trouble, right? So for that reason, you should never get involved in a lawsuit of your own doing, because that is the devil's work. I've never sued anybody. Now I'm not interested in suing anybody. However, when I ran IMC Academy in San Jose, I broke all the rules and I was threatened to be sued over and over and over and over and over and over. You have no idea. If I had told my parents one time, they would have freaked out, right? I threatened the fucking lawyer on the fucking phone. You know? He's like, are you threatening me? I said, I'm standing outside 2229 Lincoln Avenue and I'm wearing this and I'm threatening you. Now what are you going to do, faggot? And he goes, oh, you really threatened me. I said, I'm telling you where I'm at. It's established I've threatened you. Now what are you going to do? I won't say the next part. Shamir would love the next part. I'll say it. I said to him, listen, you may be able to sue me and you get that, but that's an act of war against me. And if I'm going to lose everything, then I'm going to find you and you're going to pay for it. And I don't care about going to jail. So why don't you fuck off, man? And I hung up the phone and never heard from them again. Yeah, man. Get the fuck out of here. What else? What else? It's only 11. 11 is a great number. 11 has the God El in it, the word even in it, and a lot of other good stuff that goes on with 11. You like 11, right? Everybody likes 11?
Yeah.
Do you know in Stranger Things, the name of the character, main character is 11? Well, that's random. Until you understand what El, even, and Elvins are and all that. Does she look like a little elf to you? 11 or Elvin? Not Alvin and the Chipmunks, Elvin. Elvin kind. Do you know how cool you are that I can actually see that you're not just human? Do you know some of the greatest compliments I give women is when I see them as the creatures they are, and I test it with the most ridiculous things I say to them, but it's the highest compliment. And the same thing with the brothers here. There's a spiritual world right now taking place, and every culture has known it. If you go to Tibet right now and you sit down with any Tibetan who lives in Tibet, you would have just mentioned something very real to them. That's why they have their little Buddhas and they pray every day. They're living in two worlds, right? If you went to India and you said that, not industry India, because that's industry taking over, right? They would say, of course, that's why we have Ganesha and this and that. And I follow Vishnu and what is it called? Puja? Is that what the word is, Chris? Were they puja?
Yeah.
Puja. It's some kind of like ceremonial chanting in the altar, right? We did that for Maharishi, puja. Why are we doing that for Maharishi? Well, we're doing it because it's some kind of a stupid ritual, not realizing that Maharishi did it with his master and on and on. And that when you look at the picture of Maharishi, it shows all the gurus into him, right? That these men are no longer living bodies anymore. They are in the light. They're enlightened, right? And so they embody a section of the light and they give it to mankind. What happens to them afterwards is what's going to happen to me. And how do I know that? Because I don't give a fuck. That's how I know I'm free of it. Right? To be free of death is pretty cool. Right? To realize when they say, why, if God is so good, why does he take infants? Because that infant is going directly to heaven. His soul has been released. Congratulations if you ever lost a child. Right? He says, only the pure of heart, children. Congratulations for losing a child naturally. How's that? Isn't that amazing? To see it like that? You know how many times women suffer for that? And men, baby, man, your baby, you gave birth to an angel, literally. The baby was born into sin and immediately taken. What a blessing to lose a child naturally. To go through all that pain and labor and take on the pain of labor of that soul coming in. And then God immediately saying, mine. Next. And some people lose 2, 3 children. They think it's wrong. To me, they're doing the work of God.
Wow. It's huge.
But not if they went in and got injected to have a baby. At that moment, they're not. If they lose that baby, it goes straight to hell. Because they fucked with the natural process of it. So if she's not supposed to have babies, she is not supposed to have babies because she didn't design herself, did she? And I'm sure her parents didn't do that either. Who's that?
That might be the.
Oh, okay. I was going to send you Octavio anyways. The biggest guy in here. Look how dangerous that guy is, though. When I looked at him last night, I always wanted to have his body. I wanted to be short and that, just so you know. I was never just short enough to have that, though. Fuck. I was like, if I was just a little bit shorter, I would have been better. I would have killed it as a midget. Well, I mean, I don't want midget arms and legs. I want to like that. I want perfect, like he has perfect proportions to move, right? Just compact. Motherfucker, I would hit like a fucking truck if I hit like that. Right? Just so he could be so fast and strong. Okay, what else? Who's that?
It's for Gio.
Oh,
You can
nice.
wait enough.
All right, have fun. Now let's talk about that a little bit more because I can see it going somewhere, right? Look at this. How about this? How about this? Okay. If you were, let me tell you some truths for me. Oh man, that is heavy, huh? If you have ever been taken to a Catholic church as a child, they put demons in you. All those ceremonies, and I'll tell you why. Because the people doing it have an impure heart. So all those powerful words are stuck in those imagery, right? And they put a different fear of the Lord in there. That's not the right fear of the Lord. What is that? That's like a tyrant ready to kill you if you fuck up. That's not how it is. That's a father giving you everything and you don't want to lose everything. Why would I want to lose everything I have, which is nothing on the outside? I just realized. That's that passage, right? Don't take up treasures for yourself that can be put on earth that moths and rust can take. Instead, take treasures where no moth and no rust can take, right? Why would I want to give up this treasure that I have that the leprechaun didn't give me, right? I'm afraid of that. Also seeing how powerful God is in dealing with my enemies. I'm here to deal with my enemies. Seeing how powerful he is and seeing the consequences of other people doing wrong and how different I am than them, right? I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of losing my countenance and turning dark. I can't afford what you did or what you did or what you did or anybody does. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of even having one conversation with the devil without the light fully in me. And when it's fully in me, then I'm doing my work. I'm exercising the demons. Other than that, I'm very afraid, right, of that. More than anybody knows. Because I've spotted that every illness and every upset that I've ever witnessed, I can now see its soul. I can see the soul of a seizure, which they can't heal. Right? So let me just give you some of these things to like open the right doors in there, okay? Catholic Church has been cursing you, right? What if you went to any kind of Buddhist temple? If you ever went to a Buddhist temple, because I did many times, something you should not feel you felt, scared. There's something scary in the Buddhist temples. They're very peaceful. Has anybody been to a Buddhist temple in this life? No?
Yeah.
You have? Did you feel that sense of little fear?
It was a fear of like,
These places have been put there by bad people and the bad money. The people giving to the churches to donate are not, they're full of sin. And they use that church as a justification for their sin. The biggest donators are the biggest sinners in those churches. You get it? And those priests, just like the politicians, work for the biggest donors. That's why the priest drives that car and has that suit every day. He's a fucking priest.
So what if like you feel at peace when you enter a Buddhist temple or a church?
Congratulations. Then you're, wherever you feel peace, you're at peace. Make sure it's real peace, you know what I mean?
So no, I didn't have fear.
What did you have when?
Like a tranquility, like.
Where was that? Was it in San Jose?
Yeah,
Which one was it?
it's the one off the 280 and Bird.
I've never been to the one. I went to the one in McKee. You see that big one in McKee?
Never been to that one.
You know which one I'm talking about? And then I went to one in downtown San Jose. That one. So I've never been to that one. But I mean, you know, was it smaller? than a
Yeah, it's a small one.
very small?
Yeah.
I could see that. Like this is a very small church. But when it's big, it's something that hasn't been right every time I walked in. Man, probably the coolest place well, that's not the coolest place, but one of the coolest places I ever went into was the Church of Notre Dame in France. If you guys ever see what that looks like. I was like, man, did humans make this? Because it's like unreal, dude. Right? That's how you see like the artist was inspired. Like when Michelangelo paints the ceiling of the church, right? It's how you do that though. And nobody else can do it. Well, there is Michelangelo, right? A gifted. Listen to his name, Michelangelo, the angel Michael. Right? Michelangelo. What else do we got? All illnesses are going to be healed through the Spirit, not I, says the Bible. And I'm a religious man in the United States who follows the Bible. It's my religion. So you have a freedom of religion in this life. You understand that? So in the context of religion, you could speak the words of that religion with impunity from the government. So you and I can say Christ heals because he does. And he's healed him, me, and you. And it does that because I'm a religious man in a religious book, and this is my religion. You guys understand that? And that's where religion can be very helpful as a word for you. You don't need to go to war, right? You don't need to accept gays at all. Why? Well, I understand what it says over there, but that's what it says over here, right? So now they say the Pope is saying that gays are okay somewhere, right? Again, more gays are okay, more gays are okay, right? You don't have to accept that because that's not in here. So you have a reference. That's what's so powerful about knowing. Because you would probably want a world like this. You would want people to act like that, right? So if you just use this, but you have to own it. It can't be like Bible thumping, like, well, I know this and I'll use it here and use it there, right? Nah, dude. Remember one time we had a guy during the Chosen One that came in that kept quoting the Bible and he looked stupider and stupider and stupider. Remember that? He knew all about the Bible, but every time he would speak, he would sound like the devil. Remember that shit? And we all knew, you don't know shit, dog. Okay, moving on. Anything else? Come on, guys. Here you go. All right, everybody listen to the song, ladies.
Power on.
Newly.
Bluetooth.
Newly. Here's a song approved by the Holy Ghost through me. It's a message to all y'all. But I want you to hear it from spiritual warfare and what we're talking about, okay? I want you to hear this song for the first time, not from a victim, but as a child of God, okay? If you, right, were really a child of light or God, and you knew that there was good and evil and that your soul was saved, okay, how would you hear this song? Here we go. Enjoy, because I will be. Here we go.
Right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I, your willing victim. I let you see the parts of me that weren't all that pretty, and with every touch you fixed them. Now you're something that you say, oh, things you never say to me. Oh, tell me that you've had enough. Oh. Where all this coming from? then we would find.
These are all the guys, your experience.
It's running wild again, my dear, we still have it, and it's all in your mind. This is something that you've been. Oh,
So we're not broken, just dancing. Gotta learn to love again. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, not broken, just bad. And we can learn to love again. We're not broken, just bent. And we can learn to love again. And we're not broken, just bent. We can learn to love again. Oh, we're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. Oh, we're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. What do you think? Was that incredible right now?
Yeah.
I wish you were in this room. I don't know what you experienced there.
Couldn't hear it.
No way.
Volume makes the mic screen.
Oh, wow. Let those who have the ears to hear it. Nothing was lost. That was incredible here. That's worshiping. You at least got to witness mutely what worshiping is like, okay? And there's nothing like it. That's also prayer, right? That's also hearing. That's also hearing the song through the light. It's not a depressing song, but it sounds depressing when she sings it. But when you hear it like this, it's like a message. We're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again. That was the song, okay? Yeah. Just give me a reason. Just a little bit's enough. Just a second, we're not broken, just bent. And we can learn to love again. Right? Pink, black, purple. Okay, who's next?
Go ahead and raise your hand if you want to.
Whoa, mama. My mom texted me. Come on, ladies. I know you have something to say. You're bubbling over there. You're bubbling. You're like, what is this feeling I have? It's called the Holy Spirit, mofo. Quit being evil, bitch. My mom is desperately trying to help sell that house. It's the fucking demon taking all the money into nowhere. It's great that you hire a realtor and they can't sell a house. And yet people want to buy houses. It's just like, it doesn't make sense to me. Right? It's funny that you can't get a loan, but the bank makes money giving you a loan, right? But then they prevent you from getting a fucking loan, right? and then your credit sucks, and it's like, what do I do? You say, fuck it all, is what I do. Okay? All right. What else? Fuck it all, Angel.
Fuck it all. Yeah.
Fuck it all, bro. Hey, fuck it all. That's it. That would be your words. Hold that. That's your sentence. Okay? So at some point, whenever she says, you just go, you know what? Fuck it all. And then you would preach right after that. You would say, I know one thing. God is good. And he's real. So fuck it all. Well, your version of that, right? It's a very nice statement coming from you, right? It deletes everything. Like, you just don't give a fuck, bro. Fuck, what am I going to fucking care about? Who gives a shit? What do you guys care about so much? What's holding your attention, right? What is holding you at tension? What holds you at tension? Because it's holding your attention. It's also holding you at attention, which is it's a military position, yeah. You're obedient to that thing that has you at attention, has your tension. Pay attention. Never felt good to hear that. First of all, the pay part, I'm still trying to understand where that came in. Pay at tension. What am I paying? Oh, you want my tension? Boom, in your face. How's that? I just paid you some tension. Now, maybe you want me to fucking relax and listen. So let's try again, teacher. Am I clear what I'm saying to the class? Is everybody understanding me? Are there any questions that you have? Good. You got to, no, that's getting attention from class. I'm showing you how to say, pay attention. Now, to you guys, I might be like, pay attention, motherfucker. Yeah, but you're not a baby in school, so you're a warrior. You got to be able to take that fast whip and dodge it real fast in that moment, right? So be ready as you get faster for that moment. Try me. Remember Zotis? That was so cool. Blah, 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 blah. Try me. I was like, oh, he's about to try me. AZ, you better be able to move. This ain't a good, comfortable position. You should have at least been like in ready position when he said that. All laying out like this, crucified.
It was even better not being in a combative position.
That was all. Because I wasn't, come on, you think I was going to shout that? I'm talking regular. Yeah. It surprises me all the time. I've been surprised 1,000 times so far sitting here today. Okay, come on, guys. What else? Spread the light. Spread the light. What is that? Mayo? Is that a Mayo commercial? Spread the light. It is. It is Mayo. Spread the light, they say.
I liked how, I mean, there's a lot of things. Really what's been on wait. You have me.
I have.
I have
And we can learn to love again.
You know, what was on my mind this morning was all the infield last night. And that's,
Yeah.
if I was gonna talk, that's what it would be. So I'm like
Laying it for the 5 p.m. class or whatever. But just
say something then.
yeah, one thing was
really, I liked how you confronted the driver about the odor in the vehicle.
Oh man,
That was really fun.
That was
And he fixed it and he took it and it was like,
it was so clean when he came back. Man, I was like, oh man, what did he do?
he did good taking that and doing that.
Hey, let me go over that because I think it's a cool. We have a lot of great movie scenes in our life.
as like
Go, our righteous driver. He's like our fucking chariot here with the flaming horses or whatever. It's just like taking us.
He's a little.
he is
He's a little
demon.
And
It's his role.
and he's like, it's almost like the story of that saint or whatever that you were saying. He's made best friends with that demon.
Yeah,
They're like
exactly.
best friends, and he's like our pal. You know,
That's what I do. I approach the demons and make them mine. The bouncer is a demon. That little guy, man, he was like fucking. Do you see that guy last night when we walked up? The first little guy? See him? He was powered up. He was one motherfucker. And I was like, dang, these motherfuckers are under me. I can't believe it. He was powered up.
The tough looking guy at the front, shorter, like
rock, like him and him would have to fight. It would be the same Dragon Ball Z. Those two would go like that. But then he would suddenly go like this in the wrestling match, but he would have something the guy doesn't have. Suddenly these tentacles will go out of him and nail him in the back. And that guy doesn't have that. He's too this. This guy would, yeah, you get that, Adrian? They would be like, doom, doom. And then suddenly when he thinks he has him, he's crushing him, right? Yeah. And then suddenly he goes, doom. And then he looks at him like, got you, can't move. Yeah. That would be a sick fight. And then our guy who told Fernando, tell everybody what happened last night. Check this out.
Okay. So that tall white guy is security, right? The one that's always
because of us.
Exactly. That guy. At some point, he comes next to me and he says, he was like, we're in dialogue, and then he's like, how's everything going? I was like, everything's great, man. How's everything with yourself? He's like, it's good. He's like, I was speaking with the owner and the owner of the club of Treasures, which is one of the biggest clubs in Las Vegas. And the owner tells the tall white security, he says, hey, your group of 12 guys that come every Tuesday.
12 disciples?
Yeah. The group of 12 guys that come every Tuesday, have they ever given any problems here? Have they ever caused any trouble? And he's like, my guys? He's like, if any trouble were to enter this room right now, these are the first guys that would come help me and help anybody out in this place.
Amazing, right? Now, we've heard that story before in San Jose. And the owner again. Isn't that amazing? It's the same numbers, bigger. So the owner is looking at us like, these guys cause trouble because we look like bad boys. We're motherfuckers walking in. He's like, these guys, if trouble comes, they're the first to help. Imagine what the owner is now trying to figure out. Right? There's a little fox head trying to locate me. What about that guy? What's his deal? He's the one that makes a deal. What's your deal? Go talk to him about his deal. He'll make your deal, bitch. I like to make deals with strippers. I made her a bet last night that after 3 dances, she could do whatever she wanted to do. That no matter what, absolutely no matter what, I would not buy another dance. So I bought 3 dances with a bet that if I win, I get that money back. She was that confident. That fucking bitch was that confident. She didn't know who the fuck I am. So I made sure everyone knows. Someone, hey, her and I have a bet. You're about to fucking lose. Are you ready? I sit down, right? She loses the fucking bet. She can't even finish the dance. Remember, I stood up and started dancing with her and she sat down. That was the 3 dances that broke. After the first dance, I go, you must be warming up, right? And she's like looking at me because she's going hard. I said, well, you got 2 more dances, so you're probably saving it to the end. I said, you know what you're doing. Come on, because it's a good warm-up right now. Right? So anyways, I just show her. I didn't take the money back, but I like making deals. Always a better deal. Made a deal with Benny. If the devil has made a deal with you guys out there for money or sex or relationship, I will make you a better deal. I mean it. I actually mean it. What do I mean by that? Like, let's say you're like, I get paid this much money doing this job and it's unrighteous, but I want to come work for you. Tell me how much it is and what it is. I'll make you a deal. Okay? All right. I can do that. Isn't that fun? I get to be this guy for real. I'm not joking. Like, I know it sounds cool, but I get to be him. And I didn't write this script. The script that was given to the world is Arash Javadi Dibazar. Pretty cool name. Little Persian boy, very weak body, can't see, nerd, all that. Okay? And it was hiding the baddest motherfucker God could ever create. And I'm here to show that. That's a big thing to say. Okay? All right, who next? Enough. Last one. Fucking demon. It's not affecting me. Anything is not affecting. Yeah, whoa. Sultan. From Angel. That was out of nowhere. Whoa.
Maybe angels can do that.
Damn. Oh, yeah, you can do that. I gotta go pee. I need to ouch. I gotta pee. I know, I really do. No, that's great. I would like to know what's going on. I think Sultan's doing great to see that. He's very advanced in this shit. I know. I want to hear it.
I don't have anything to say.
What about you? Yeah.
Which one?
Don't make the audience so you can get punished.
Yeah, which are you talking about?
The last one. Take me for the last one.
Oh yeah. That girl, let's see. Yeah, AZD was she was on stage and then AZD was like he said, bro, you gotta go talk to her. Or no, he said that's the one. He said that's the one. And then I said there's no light there. And then he's like, no, this is different. And I was like, man, I don't know. But it's something, I don't know. I mean, because I talked to her last time, like very briefly. I think I invited her when we were going to daylight. We were going to like the beach party thing. Yeah. And then this time I went up to her and then oh yeah, she came up to me because she was dancing. So I went up to the stage and then she comes up and she says something like, oh, she says, you're a Gemini. No, she says, you're not a Gemini, right? Because last time I talked to her, we talked about astrology. And then she was like, you're not a Gemini. She's like, because I'm a, fuck, what did she say? She's like, you're not a Gemini because I'm a Pisces or something like that.
So that's how it started?
Yeah, because I went up to the stage I was going to just throw a couple bucks on the stage.
Right.
And then she came up before I threw the money and she said that. And then, because I am a Gemini, so she just got it wrong. But she remembered that I told her I was a Gemini last time. Because last time I went up to her and I was like, "You're a what? You're a fucking Pisces or whatever." And I was like, she's like, "What are you going, Gemini?" And I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna." I negged her. You know what I mean? Like I did that whole thing. And then she goes through this whole thing about like, we're not compatible, this and that. So I gave her like $5 or something.
No, right.
Now you're $5 more compatible. I mean, $5 more compatible now, bitch.
Yeah.
That was $500. How compatible are we?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
It was there was a moment that I made a mistake and I got corrected.
Yeah.
Because she was done with the dance.
Yeah.
But she was still talking to me, like on stage. She was standing.
Yeah.
At this point, I've not given her any money, but I was about to, right? Like I was taking the money out.
Yeah.
And I'm about to give her some money.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole point of going up there.
What the fuck?
And then she, like as I'm about to throw the money, she's like, I'm about to walk off stage. But I didn't I went unconscious and I threw the money.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You're a dick." I was like, "Fuck!" I wasn't like trying to be a dick. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that's perfect though.
Oh, okay. I felt wrong when I did it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there's gonna come a point where you're gonna have total faith. Oh, I don't do anything wrong, and every time I thought it was wrong, I knew it was right.
Yeah.
So I just moved forward, as if I owned it. Right.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. I've taken every oopsie and made it. Okay, I wanted that. And immediately opens the door to light. You see that? It's either the devil was strong enough to divert my father's plans or the truth that I know that he is part of his plans anyways. I come with total confidence that I could defeat anything dark in front of me. I come with total confidence that I make not one mistake as long as I'm in prayer, and I'm in prayer, right? So when we go to the club, we're getting in prayer, right? We start in prayer. We don't drive on. You want to see how cool our game is? Imagine, guys, we're going to go get some girls, okay? We're all going to take some time by ourselves and we're going to know God individually. Then we come together and we get in the car and each of us has positions. There's a driver, there's a captain, there's the guy who leads the direction, shit like that, right? Then we get in the car and we make sure we have everything, right? And then we check to see if everyone's there. Then the driver now has control. This is how we go out. And I'm not the driver. So now I make sure everybody's in the car. And at this moment, my job is done as the founder of IMC Nation, whoever the fuck I am. It's no longer my hat. It's passed on. Why? Well, because that's his job, right? And so the driver's job now is to ask this question: is everybody with the Father? Before he goes into reverse. Then each person checks and answers. If one person seems off, I for sure will jump in. So we all get to measure at that moment, right? But that car is not moving until we're there. Once we all say it, and it's measured that there's no disagreement, hold your peace, speak now, forever hold your peace tonight, right? If you said you're with the Father, and I felt it, and I didn't bring it up, then motherfucker, hold your peace, because you know and I know now. Okay? And I'm not going light here. So then, when it's established that we're all with God, something happens in that car's space that is not describable. It just goes. And from nothingness, the driver says, let's go, or here we go, or whatever the fuck he chooses to say to start the chariot. Now, his job is what? To remain in prayer while he gets us there safely. That's a big job to trust someone, because he can't become ordinary while he drives. So the one who drives with me has to be in prayer. And if he's not, he'll get corrected quickly. But that's dangerous to do, because it could make the person panic, right, Gio? Gio almost killed us twice in a row. With my eyes closed, I had to correct him. I just happened to look up and see us going directly at the fucking Meridian.
At the truck.
And then at the truck. Right? It was his first night at the job. Needless to say, he's not driving anymore. But anyways, there's a silence that appears, and then we go. Now, since he was talking, let's put it back on him. He had, get this, he is my soldier in IMC Nation. He's a minister under me. I gave him specific orders last night at the strip club. He was to do nothing else besides deal with his own bullshit. He had one thing to do. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ladies ready for this? Okay. What were you supposed to own? It's an order. What was the order for you last night? Listen, to do what? With the girls. Why do you look confused right now?
Because I'm getting multiple orders, not just one.
I only gave
One order. You are to do this and nothing else tonight. Then I changed the order with that girl. I said, no, that's fine. I changed it. That's a championship UFC fight. Go with that one.
Yeah.
Remember why you said
When I said go for her, you said, you gave me orders to blah, blah, blah. I said, that's different.
Yeah. So
That moment.
yeah,
You said that's the one. Like you pointed, like you were talking to me. And you're
before that.
You were to do what in that strip club? Do you remember? Or you were so unconscious with your girlfriend that you don't remember your orders?
the order was to.
Somebody else would know if I said.
Just so you know. They would know your order if I told
Yeah, I
you.
think I know what it is, but.
Then say it, motherfucker. Don't twist your tongue unless you're a liar.
Yeah, it was to find.
it's
Say the word. Yeah.
the ugly girl.
Why can't you say that?
For some reason, it feels wrong to say ugly.
It's not. I told him.
Say it. You see, he knows the truth. He's twisting his tongue because he's a bitch. Go on.
Yeah, to
Find an ugly girl there and make her beautiful.
I want you to.
Find an ugly girl, the ugliest girl tonight. You're to talk to the ugliest girl tonight and make her beautiful. That was his orders. Isn't that crazy? If he had done anything else, I would have corrected him. Until I saw the girl that I thought was a good match for him. And I said her, and he said, but you told me to get the ugliest girls.
No, I said, no, I was saying to you, I said,
There's no light there because you said if she's got light, that's you talk to her. And then I was like, but there's no light there. And then you're like,
That's part of the conversation, right? I said, take the ugliest girl that has light. And he said, what if she's beautiful? And I stood up and I said, show me a beautiful girl with light here right now. None of them have it, but the ugliest one will have the most light here. That was the conversation. So then he said, in relation to light and ugliness, he looks up at her and he says, she doesn't have any light. and she was fine, at least on stage, right? He says, she doesn't have any lights. Get that? She's beautiful. I said, that's different. This is a championship fight. And then when he turned around, I said, this is UFC for me. And I sat back, right? But listen, for us to go to a strip club, for him to spend his own money, right? To be able to get the finest woman to talk to him, but to go there to talk to the ugliest woman and give 2 hours of his life, 2.5 hours, where he could have whatever he wants there, is pretty fucking cool, I think, isn't it? Wouldn't you like to be on my team and go out and learn how to get beautiful women like that? Right now, Gio has specific orders tonight, right? He's to do nothing else tonight. Now, when they do what I said over and over, a supernatural power will develop that I have over women. I have supernatural power over them, and I know it. Right? They are helpless if I decide to speak to them. Right? And so by them doing that, they develop their supernatural ability around women. Because in order to really pick up a woman, because she's in hell, you're gonna have to be right now a supernatural being. Can you see that? You know how these girls are so fucked up, man. That was cool. So we had a great time because that was the story we were running. Yes. And later when I have conversations with him, it's going to be in relation to that match and what else he saw and nothing else. Whatever he has to say, because he was handling something else with his girlfriend. So whatever, and on that, but I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, that was handled.
Mhm.
That was handled.
Before I got into the match.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason I was saying it to you when we first got there,
Yeah.
because I don't want to hide it.
I know.
It could
Seem as I'm hiding that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, yeah.
hiding.
So, but I was saying because when I got there,
You don't want to be the old Will.
yeah, but it was going away as like
As we were getting there.
Hey, hold on.
I called him wolf amongst sheep. Right?
Yeah.
It's never been wrong. And that's what I told him last night. Okay? You're on the wrong side, dude. And you're gonna have to like figure this shit out now. The reason you're sitting over there and I'm sitting over here is you can't be close to me tonight, dude. You understand that? I love you and I see all the power in you because I gave you that necklace, right? I was never wrong about anybody. This is last night at the end of the night before he apologized to everybody. I said, but you have to sit there and I have to sit here, bro, because I will kill you. Because you're working for the wrong side, okay? And I was like that. I said, so do the right thing, okay? You're supposed to be with us. And then he went around, right? And he apologized to everybody. Isn't that great? And that was heavy last night. We were going for him, right? That's fun. I like the part when I said Ambu. What do you think? I got scared. And I'm fearless. I was like, Ambu, what do you think? You know? You could communicate more freely, Ambu, during that time. You know what I mean? Right? Like there's evil in the group. And you see it. And it's been given chance after chance after chance. The Ambu only get called at a certain point. Right? So when I go Ambu, it has to communicate. You're on your last thread right now. It's either going to be me, you, or him, or him. This communication says, this is it. You've bullshitted way too long. You've wasted way too much time. And everyone sees now. There's not one person who doesn't see. When that happens, it's time for Ambu to come in. Okay? Or if the evil picks up too much. And I need him to stay where he's at. I need me to stay where I'm at. And there's got to be a middle point. Right? Where he might not kill you, but I will. So where are you going? Because I don't like you. That's Ambu. I don't like you. You were never my friend. So fuck off. Right? I don't have friends. That story that I was saying in the beginning. He cannot have friends. Right? And I love that about him. Fuck yeah. Isn't that cool? That you have a dude here who doesn't want friends, can't have friends, shouldn't have friends by his plan that I know that feeds his soul. Yet he'd be the best friend you could ever have. Because he would never need it as a reciprocation because he couldn't take it as a reciprocation. So if he gave you friendship, it would be in the most abundant way anybody could give because he's never expecting you to be a friend to him. Am I right? 100% right. Isn't that amazing? That's his language now being unveiled. Unveiled, literally. Okay? Uneviled, too. It's in there. It's in there. Okay? Dang, that's so fun. Like, that's how I want.
That girl last night?
Yeah, hear it.
When I was talking to her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't find her attractive, like at all. Zero.
Her face or
I love the way she moved
I,
a lot on stage. She was hypnotizing me.
none of it was doing it.
Oh.
So that's why
It was like a.
So when you said it, I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to her. But you know, I'm practicing, so whatever. I go up and talk to her, and then as I'm talking, or as because when I went up on the stage, I gave her that money, and then that's all I was doing. I wasn't like fucking come over and hang out and talk to me or
We
whatever.
never do that.
Yeah, so I go sit down, and then she came really fast, bro. She came really fast. She like popped up out of nowhere and just stood next to me. And then I forgot what she said, but then she just sat down, sat on my lap.
And do you know why she did that, actually? Because what you thought was a mistake brought her.
When she said, you're a dick.
Yeah.
That's why she came back. Just so you guys know. Where he thought he wasn't made a mistake, I knew it wasn't a mistake. And I'm telling you, the reason she ran over there, every girl would vouch, is because of that moment. Otherwise, she would have taken her time. Because she said, I'm getting off stage. And to her, you were like, get off stage then.
Well, it's interesting because I've
been a dick.
Not
Benedict. No.
Benedict.
Yeah, Benedict.
Ex-Benedict.
Yeah.
But I've been a dick on purpose.
That's why girls like Benedict. I don't like it.
All right, all the girls, ex-Benedict. Ben's dick? Who's Ben? Who's Ben? Go ahead.
Yeah, like I've done things like that on purpose.
Yeah.
To create an effect or reaction.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because sometimes it would work, but it would make the conversation, the interaction weird
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
But when that happened, when I see it now, it's like I'm doing kind of what I did, but it happened naturally. Like I threw it, but not trying to
Yeah.
do that because it was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, but if you knew exactly what I know, when she
Yeah.
says that, she says you're a dick.
You don't take that wrong. You go, uh-huh. And you go sit down. And now you would have murdered her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're a dick. Oh, no, I didn't. You're a dick. And you go, nothing is wrong. Go with it. Mm-hmm. Or how do you know? Or don't talk about my dick. Or shh, that's rude. Or what did you say? Penis. Or what? You know, like you can go anywhere when you understand it wasn't a mistake. That she's now feeding you the next script line.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to go back on your script. Especially when you didn't expect it to happen. That's the one. I'm just consistently surprising myself, right? He says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
Yeah.
You could even say that, right?
It was, yeah.
Look,
You're a dick.
I just don't know. My left hand doesn't know what my right hand is doing. That's all it is. Jesus said it, I'm doing it. Walk off. Perfect curse removers every time evil comes at you.
Yes.
Okay?
When she sat down, I started
Talking to her, this is what I got from it is as I started talking to her, I started like her more.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
That's right.
Which is interesting. It wasn't because she was like complimenting me. In fact, she was
complimenting you.
Yeah, right. But I mean, like, she wasn't saying, "Oh, you look so good" or whatever. In fact, she was actually saying the opposite. She was like shit testing. What do you
I
mean?
don't hear that. No, that's dumb language.
No, right. But what I'm saying is, she was saying things that if you heard it, it would sound negative.
Oh, I see. You're telling them mostly.
Yeah.
I don't have that on.
Yeah, I'm saying people that are listening to this. She was saying like I need. She was saying like I need.
Yeah.
She was saying like I need Botox. What else did she say? She said,
You need Botox?
Yeah, you do.
what else did she say? She said your face is really oily. Your skin's really oily.
Oh yeah.
Which it is, but not because it's fucking dirty. But you know, when you hear these things, it can be perceived as it sounds negative.
Mm-hmm.
So someone hearing it may like not want to talk to her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But as I continue talking to her, it was like when I was sitting here yesterday and someone, I forgot what it was. Like you were like, oh, what if someone challenges you on that? And you're like, it was kind of like that. Like when she says you should get Botox, it was like, okay, yeah, be
exactly.
Botox.
That's great.
So as the competition goes forward, she starts like confessing some things.
That happens.
Yeah, so that makes me like her more.
There you go.
because the things she was confessing, it was not like something that you'd be like, oh wow, fucking good job. It was like pretty fucked up.
Yeah, good. You take a confession in the strip club.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and then at some point, as I'm massaging her, I'm not like she's sitting like right on my dick, but she's facing that way. Yes, yeah. Sorry. So she's facing that way, and yeah, I'm not gonna say this part.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so yeah, it was just fascinating how she became, to me, she became more attractive as I continued talking to her. That's never happened through conversations.
Start liking a girl. That's what that is.
Yeah, it feels it's proper.
There you go.
It feels right.
There you go. You also get that as a reward, even if you fuck up.
No, it is right.
It is right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah, and then when we try to put it into feelings, it goes, oh wait, what was that? Someone's calling. Ramona, California. Not online like this. Okay. Next. We're 10 minutes into it. So everybody, thank you for coming on. Liam spoke. All right. Everybody, what's up? So we're just gonna wrap it up here. We come back what time today? 5. We'll do this 5. If you guys are men and you want to come to my class, okay, you're gonna have to register. It ain't free right now. So find out how to do that. But at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna teach you a lot of this stuff and how to do it. And then tomorrow we'll be here again. Okay. So we're wrapping it up. What else happened? Benny, make sure you got that. Take care of where we're going and all that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this limo that drives up. And the limo driver opens the door and I walk first. And I smell sweat reeking from this nasty fucking car, right? And I stop by the door and I look at him. I go, what the fuck is that smell, dude? But not nice. Oh, well, I said, man, no, this is not right. We don't, but so anyway, I reprimand him properly, right? And as I'm going in, he's like, why? What did I say? Why would anything change? All right. So anyways, he goes, well, there was 2 white guys before you guys or something. I said, I don't care if there were fucking cockroaches or angels or what the fuck it is. This fucking thing stinks. Okay, fix this or don't do this again or some shit like that, right? And he's walking over there. I go, you're gonna drive slow today, real slow, leisurely, bro. But it was so cool as a moment, right? And I don't know, it was just a perfect scene for everybody involved, including him.
No, I found an iPhone in there after too.
You found an iPhone, yeah.
iPhone under the chair because I was looking for my pen.
Yeah.
So I found a couple lighters. So the Lord provided me some lighters because I've been out. And then this really nice iPhone that's dead. So and I asked, nobody claimed it, and yeah, so I just gave it to him.
So that's your. Oh, you get to him. Oh, okay.
I thought afterwards, I thought, man,
And I could, because could use the money, whatever, but it was like
I would have just seen. Now I have an iPhone, and it's not mine. Right. So I asked the guy, "Do you need an iPhone?" The driver. Right. Huh? Do you need an iPhone? You have a good iPhone? Yeah. Cool. I don't say anything else. Right. And then this stays with me because it's gonna go somewhere. Needs a fucking iPhone. I think. I don't know. I think that I got an iPhone. And if it says, I'll just ask him, "Is this your iPhone?" No. Okay. Do you need an iPhone? No. All right.
if it's somebody's iPhone and it has
a passcode or whatever,
Yeah.
like, do you,
Well, I can give it to them and I could say, I found this, if you want to give it to the person or it's yours, let them deal with it. Yeah.
if I had taken it, I would have figured out.
whose it was, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to deal with that time.
Exactly. Because that's not your business. Your business is that you have an iPhone in your hand now. Just see what's happening, guys. Oh, I have an iPhone now. Now, what do I do with the iPhone? Well, I try to find the owner. Not there. Okay. Is it yours? No. Still have an iPhone. Now what? I don't know. I may even just suddenly be on the side of the road walking, right? It'll be a cool moment that in my life would be really cool. And I would know about it, right? And then maybe like it would show up 10 years later with someone who had a fucking iPhone and it was the same iPhone. Because it always happens like that. You're running the same verse all the time. You keep running into your own shit. You notice that? Man, it's really nice, man. Okay. All right, well, are we done? Nothing else? Benny, you ready for tonight?
Yes.
All right.
I have someone that's on, but I don't know if we have time.
No, it's too late. Tomorrow, first person. Okay, well then that's it. Thank you everybody for coming. The book is the Bible. The prophet is Jesus, the messenger, and the saving grace is the Holy Spirit in there. Okay, so I would say if you could see from what I see, you have a lot of different spirits inside your body that you've named and given a residency inside of your life. Right? They run pieces of your life through different things, and so your life is composed of a bunch of different demons, bad spirits, negative spirits that take your soul for their energy, and it never resolves. That's how you know it's not, what the fuck is that? And so when we say the Holy Spirit, what happens is it's just one spirit. It comes directly from kingdom, from up there, from heaven. And this thing, right? This spirit is it's the spirit that defeats the darkness on earth. How's that? That's how powerful it is. So when you have the Holy Spirit, you won't have fear. You just won't. It won't make sense the way other things don't make sense suddenly. Like, why would I do astrology? You just don't have fear because you see fear as an external spirit, something that makes you doubt God. You get it? And you stop resisting whatever happens because that means you doubt God again. Or you think there's a God, but it's not your God. How's that? You should worry. So if you think there's a God, then you go, well, I believe in God, but I still act like that. Then that means you are now worshiping another God because it's still a spiritual world, whether you like it or not. Every decision is going to go to some sort of thing. So when all your decisions go towards this Holy Spirit, this in the book as described as such, right? Then heard this book, me and others here, the Holy Spirit will do the work for you. And then you become supernatural. And when you're supernatural, you can't predict what's happening. Because you can predict nature, you can't predict supernature. You get it? And so you live in a supernatural state. And I don't know what your superpowers are, but I know they're cool. Because I've always known my whole life there was going to be a group of Avengers and Justice League, and this is exactly what this is. Right? I've always known that. So this is real. And I'm living proof, y'all. All right. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.